Welcome to Cars and Coding. Today's January 3rd, 2023. And in Fort Myers, Florida, it is 85 degrees. It is really hot. I was wanting to do some videos when it's cool out. Now it's hot. Again. It's hot. Alright, so anyway, here's what's going on today. So a couple weeks ago, Naptown Tuner did a rear brake pad slap on his Audi A4s. And I said, hey, can you try to get the lower bolt out of the caliper carrier? Because on my 2010, it is impossible to get that bolt out. And he's like, oh yeah, I can do that. And he went in and, took the bolt out. It was like he had to apply a lot of pressure and use a 10-pound hammer and stuff, but he got it out. Now, in the comment section of that video, people are saying, you don't even have to take out the caliper carrier in order to get the rotor out. I don't know if that's true or not, but I am going to figure it out today. We're going to take the rear wheel off, and we're going to take off the caliper and try to get the rotor off without removing the caliper carrier and see if that works. And if I ever see a comment, if it doesn't work, if I ever see a comment, I'm going to tell them, hey, that doesn't work. Because I know you can do that on some Volkswagens, but I don't know about the Audi. I don't know. But if it does work, it's going to be glorious. So let's try it. And then if that doesn't work, then we're going to get that damn caliper carrier bolt out. I have all of my sockets, and we're going to just go to town until that comes out and see how hard it is. So let's get to it. And by the way, if you like this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. 17 millimeter for the lugs. So let's see what we got going on here. First of all, I just noticed that this thing's broke, so that's kind of lame. I don't think it really affects anything though. Yeah, so these rotors, they have quite a lip on them at this point. These rotors have 100,000 miles on them, and because I couldn't, it's a lip on both sides. We had to replace these. So this is a Torx. Got to get that out. I should spray that with some penetrant. So I'm going to take the caliper off and then see if we can the rotor off without taking the caliper carrier off, which I don't know. We'll see if we can do it. I don't know. Well, I'm going to spray this with some penetrant. The one I like to use is Aero Croil. Works the best that I've seen. On here, a little bit on here. You put a 13 millimeter socket on there and a 15 on the little bolt. Come on off. Okay. Take these pads off. Pads are totally fine. They have about, I don't know, 40,000 miles on them. There's nothing wrong with them. I may just reuse them. Yeah, there's no grooves in them or nothing. Okay, so this is the T30 that goes in there. I'm just going to give it a little love tap. What happens here? Oh, just turned right out. No issues. Okay. Now, here's the question. Can we get this out without taking the carrier out? So, we're going to try it. It's kind of moving. See this? Okay, now we got this part. Is it gonna come off? Let's see. This doesn't want to come off. Oh, that sucks. Alright, well, let's try to get that. Let's try to get the bolts out. Man, I wish that would have worked. I think it's 18 millimeter. Alright, so here's the top bolt right here, 18 millimeter. Got a socket on there. And then the problem is, okay, the problem one is this one down below. Oh, okay, so I can get a socket on here. So we'll try it. But first, I'm gonna, because that socket will fit, but this one does not. And this is the one that I had last time. This is a thicker walled socket. So we're gonna get this off. But the first thing I'm gonna do is spray it. Let that sit for a little bit. Give it a little love tap. Alright, so I got a socket, extension, and then my piece of conduit I use as a breaker bar. I'm going to try to push it off. Wow, that is tough. Oh, I got it. Got it. I'll do the top one. Oh, the top one's tough. There, I got it. Alright, got them both. There's the top one, and the bottom one. So, Naptown Tuner was right. You're right, buddy. You got it. You are able to do it. Okay, let's continue. The bottom one. There's the top one. Top one's much longer. Carrier. And the rotor. Well, there you go. 3 years later, I finally got the rotor off. And let's take a look at how bad she looks. Yeah, pretty big lip. 100,000 miles on this rotor. Got the new rotor here. It's Beck Arnley 0833321. These ones are painted on the side up here and on here on the hat. Pretty neat. Wipe it off. And that little screw, where'd it go? There it is. Alright, so here's the part that's always debated. We're going to take this motor off the back, wind it in, and compress the piston back in. So that's what we're going to do. There's just a couple Torx bolts here that take off, and the whole thing comes off. It's just the two. Oh, there you go. Okay. So there's the motor. This is a T40, which we have here. This guy, you just put the T40 in there and then turn it clockwise until it stops. There, it stopped. And that's all you gotta do. And then you can put this back on. Just like that. And put the bolts back in. And really there's nothing easier than this. I mean, you can put a electric current to it to roll it back, but I mean, you saw how much time that took me. Like nothing. Push it back yet. Okay. Now I saw in one of my other videos the guy's like, you shouldn't use a C-clamp on that plastic motor on the back. And the pressure is so slight when you're turning this in, it doesn't really matter. But watch how slowly I'm turning this in. Super slow. One thing I didn't show was I did take some fluid out of the master cylinder with a turkey baster into a jar before I pressed the pistons in. That's good. Now we got to get the carrier back on, brake pads in it, bolt it up. Now I'm going to put a little bit of blue Loctite, just a little bit on there, because these bolts are, I don't want to have them like super stuck in there, but they're supposed to be like 90 Newton meters plus 90 degrees or something like that. I'm going to look it up, but obviously I can't do the 90 because I can't do the 90 because they're torque to yield. You can only use them one time. So, and then the bottom one, here we go. Put a little Loctite on. We're gonna try to torque these down with a torque wrench, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it because it's 100 Newton meters or like 73 foot-pounds. So we're gonna give it the old college try here. Okay, so now this is on. So now we just need to put the brake pads on there. You see there's a clippy and it has like a ball over here, and so this tab has to go inside those two things, like so. Alright, so the tab has to go in between there, and you can move back and forth. Maybe I should put some grease on there, huh? This is the normal Silk Glide synthetic grease. Just stick a little bit. There, that's better. I can move around, wipe some of the excess off. Same thing on the back. I'll put that one on, and then we'll put the caliper on. Alright, now I'll put the caliper on, and we're just going to put a little bit of grease just a little bit on here. Okay, it's on there. These bolts, and just put a little bit of Loctite on them. We're going to press on the brake pedal, see if that does anything, and then don't forget your puddle lights, guys. Alright, so let's press on the pedal. Goes right to the floor, of course. That's a hard pedal. Okay. So, let's see what it looks like. It's still not low. There. See, the green is right below that. Let's try engaging the e-brake. There, you could hear it. Went all the way. Now we're gonna disengage it. Yes, I can't. Oh, I gotta disengage it with my foot on the brake. Oh, gotta have the key on. There it is. So to disengage it, you have to have your foot on the brake, key in, and then you can press down. Alright, we're going to start it up. No lights yet. Okay, no lights. Alright, press on the brake. Alright, I got brake pedal action. Let's try putting on the... Okay. Parking brake is on. Parking brake is off. And let's take a look at this fluid level. The max line is up there. Min is way down there. So I'm between min and max, but I'll get it up to the max. There's a little leaf. Right underneath the max. No, we're good. All right, so we got that done. What did we learn today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, first of all, we learned that you absolutely must, in order to get the rotors taken out, you have to remove the caliper carriers. People were saying you don't need to remove the caliper carriers and the rotor would just, wiggle itself out. I proved that is incorrect. So, yep, we got to do that. And those 18 millimeter bolts, you need a thin wall socket in order to get the passenger side lower one off. You cannot use a thick walled impact socket on that one. And that's the only one that really has a problem. I didn't really have too much of a problem getting the bolts out. They are at I think it's 100 Newton meters. It's like 74 foot-pounds that you have to tighten them back up to. All right, so number one, you have to remove the caliper carriers. Number two, as always, it's easy to remove it's easy to retract the pistons in the caliper it's easy to retract the pistons in the caliper by removing the electric motor from the back with the two bolts, the T30 bolts, and then you take a T40 and you go clockwise and retract the piston, within the caliper, and then you put a C-clamp on, and it's okay to have the C-clamp on the back of that motor so you put the motor back on, then you clamp on the C-clamp to push the piston in, and just don't go hog wild on it. You just push it in real slow. It goes back in. Now, before you push it back in, you need to take some fluid out of your master cylinder because otherwise it's going to overflow. And you need less in there anyway when you put the new brake pads on because brake pads are thicker. So it's gonna have the piston come out less. Okay, number 3, we learned that Akabono brake pads last forever. So may as well just put those on and it'll last the life of your car, probably. I had 30,000 miles on it. It only wore down like 2 millimeters. That's crazy. All right. And number 4, without a doubt, Naptown Tuner is the master mechanic for A4 B8. And he's a cool guy. I asked him one question. He went right back to a video and did the video for me. That's awesome, man. I love it. And let's just keep going. I would encourage anybody who's doing work, make a video. It's easy. It's easy to do. The editing is a little bit tricky, but the more people do videos on YouTube, the better, education is going to be I really think that education could be videotaped one time and played over and over again. Like math. You only need to do math. Teach math one time. It's not like we need people to be teaching math over and over and over and over. Make a video and somebody can proctor. I mean, that's my opinion, is that education should be done with videos from experts, right? So videos by experts, you record them once and you play them generation after generation. There's no reason for certain subjects. Obviously, when you have new information, then you need to teach the new information. Well, make a new video then. If you like this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I have tons of Audi videos that you can watch. Between Naptown Tuner and me and Deutsche Auto and Humble Mechanic, and you can do all these things, man. And if you get stuck on something, then call your local Audi VW mechanic. I really like the Audi VW community. Everybody seems to help each other. If you get stuck and stuff like that. So that's what I like it. The German cars are more expensive to own and repair, but they're fun and they're luxurious. So why wouldn't you have one? I don't know. But okay. Check out my link over here or over here. Click on the links. That's what you need to do. Click on the links. As always, until next time, auf Wiedersehen.